All right, James, we're back in the workout studio again. So a couple of questions. So first of all, if you could only do 5 exercises for the rest of your life, which 5 would you pick?
5 exercises, and only 5. I'd make sure that I work the whole body, and I'd make sure that everything was evenly balanced. So the first one we're going to go for is a lower body exercise. So I wouldn't do squat. A lot of people think I'm going to do squat. The reason I'm not going to do squat is because when I'm doing it, I tend to fall backwards. It's just not a great exercise for me. I think a much better exercise is a walking lunge because it works the whole body, full range of motion through all the muscles. So it looks like this. Basically, you're going to take a big step. You're going to go all the way down, back knee right to the floor, but not touching, and then through to the next leg, all the way down, and you're going to do that 10 there, 10 back. Once you've done that, you can start adding a bit of weight in your hands. That is my lower body exercise.
Why do people fall over when they try and do squats? Because I've seen people do that in the gym. It doesn't happen to me, but...
A lot of people, rather than squatting with your feet flat, it'd be great if you could put something underneath your heels to bring your heels up, and then you'll find you can squat with a straighter lower back. But even then, a lot of people just struggle with it because they're just not built to squat properly. So when they squat, they do find that they fall backwards, or if they don't fall backwards, they end up rounding their back and bending over.
All right, so what's your second one then?
Second one was legs. That's legs. Second one we're going to make sure we work the upper body in all the planes of motion. So we're going to do a bench press. So you'd grab some little dumbbells and like this. Now I would do it with a slight incline like I'm showing you here. The reason why I want an incline is because I'd want to work slightly higher up the chest. So working the shoulders more and slightly higher up the chest when you've got the bench on a slight incline. So it's going to be as easy as this, like that.
So that's your chest. So you've done 2 exercises so far. So you've got legs,
yep.
You've got chest.
Now we're going to work the back. And when I say back, I don't mean lat pull down. I'm going to work the upper part of the back. So we're going to be rowing in that movement. And I'm going to do it on a bench. So this is my favorite upper back exercise. While I face down on a bench like this, and then I'm rowing all the way up, squeezing high at the top and down. Full range of motion, as always.
Rowing is so good for you. I've just got into rowing myself.
Yep.
My wife's parents are getting rid of their rowing machine, and I've got it at home. I've been doing it. It's fantastic. I love it so much.
That's good. However, that's a cardio movement, remember. So yes. It's like doing running instead of walking lunges. It's working your legs, but that's cardio. Specifically, if we're talking about weights, it's got to be a weight movement, which is only going to be 10, 15 reps, a minute of exercise, and then you rest in between each set.
So we got 2 more to go.
But what I'm going to do now is shoulders. And I'm going to do shoulders on a bench like this. So you can do it standing or you can do it seated. This is seated, and you're going to be in this position. You're going to push all the way up, all the way down. Again, full range of motion, as always.
Anything you need to look out for? Anything you could be like hurting there when you do it?
Yeah, if your shoulders are sore, then rather than being upright, recline the bench slightly. And then rather than having your hands either side here, bring your elbows slightly forwards. That'll take a lot of pressure away from your shoulders.
This is the last one.
So, yeah, so the last one, I was going to do some sort of pull-up or pulling down movement. But actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that out completely because I've only got one more option, and I'm going to add in running. And the reason for that is because I think that everyone needs to do some sort of cardio-y kind of movement. So whether it's running, walking, basically legs moving me. And ideally 3 days a week, 40 minutes to an hour for each of those sessions. That'll be optimal, but anything's better than nothing.
I can't run for 40 seconds.
No, 40 minutes. And well, to be honest, if you struggle with that, start walking. You start walking, and an hour of walking is perfect. Gradually, you add a little jog, and then go from there.
Shed more grass or tarmac?
If you're walking, doesn't make any difference. Like if you're running, as long as you're not going to twist your ankle, grass is better because impact of the road is not so great.
Or if you want to be evil to yourself, sand.
Yeah, if you want, that's a lot harder. You won't do that for an hour. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.